Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Monday and it's time for Monday View. The pencils that were chosen on Saturday were the Staedtler Ergo Soft. It's a 36 set of pencils. They are a triangular barrel. They do have a coating on them that is not one that I enjoy, but they are a lovely set of pencils. I'm going to adjust this here for you so that it's not looking so bleh. It's looking a little blur. I don't like the blur. The blur, blur, blur. There, that's a little better. There we go. So as you can see, we have our whites into our yellows, into our oranges, into our orange reds, into our reds, into our pinks. There is not enough pink in this set as far as I'm concerned, or purple. There's not enough pink or purple. Into our blues, there's plenty of blues. Into our blue greens, and then into our greens. And then, of course, our browns, black, and grays. I don't think there's enough grays in here either. When I received the set, when I purchased the set, I did do the swatching. This is Emily Illustrator's swatch chart, and I did do the testing of the pencils as well. I did find that they do move with water and they do smudge, so be careful of that. They do blend together quite nicely to create other colors, like the blue to the yellow makes green, blue to red makes purple. And you can definitely blend the two colors together and extend them with your blender. Yeah, so they're a fairly expensive set for what you get, and they are rarely available in the full 36 set. So keep an eye on the Amazon for them. I will put a link in the description below the video. I will not be putting a link to the swatch chart because it's not mine, but I will be at some point completing a proper swatch chart for them. Well, not a proper one. This is a proper one, but one of my own for them at some point. I just haven't gotten there yet. All right, so we're going to color in Art Matters. This is a book from Neil Gaiman. Art Matters because your imagination can change the world. It is illustrated by Chris Riddell, and we have not been coloring in it recently because of the colorathon and all the things that have been going on with it. But we are going to continue to do our read and color. So the last one that we read was this one here, and I'll read it to you and then we will move on to the next one. So this one says, and when I truly was not sure what to do, I could stop and think about whether it was taking me towards or away from the mountain. I said no to editorial jobs on magazines, proper jobs that would have paid proper money, because I knew that attractive though they were, for me they would have been walking away from the mountain. And if those job offers had come along earlier, I might have taken them because they still would have been closer to the mountain than I was at the time. The next page is this one here, and that's the one we're going to color today. Excuse me. It says, I learned to write by writing. I tend to do anything as long as it felt like an adventure, and to stop when it felt like work, which meant life did not feel like work. All right, so that's the one we're going to color today. A picture of him adventuring. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera. And we're going to color this one. Now this set doesn't have a huge amount of skinny flesh type tones in it, but we'll do what we can. All right. So the first one I need is number 25, which I think is this one. Yeah. This is one of the pink tones. I'll try not to have my hand in your way. And I'm going to use it for our shadow areas. Like so. And I will go over this with the lighter tone and tone it down a little bit. Just there's a shadow right across his face here, so we're going to make sure that we get that shadowed in. And his hands as well. All right. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I colored along with Shannon this morning and actually used Crayola crayons. Go figure. I'm not a fan of Crayola products and definitely not a fan of Crayola wax crayons. And I think they did pretty well, which is amazing to me. So thank you, Shannon, for the tips that she gave, as well as coloring with the medium that she was coloring with. She was using the Neo ones, which are a wax-based crayon from Caran d'Ache, and I don't have those, so I find this is a little bit too orange, yellowy color. I don't like it. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to grab the next one up here. This one here, which is number 20. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to blend some of that into that orange. Well, peach tone. It's a little yellowy for my liking. And of course this paper is not one for allowing you to put too many layers of blending in. So these pencils may not work very well in here for what we want to do with them. But we will do our best. Yeah, these pencils do not like this paper at all. I may have to pull out a different set, which would not work well with this being the set for the week. Of course, I will be live at 6:30, half an hour after Tanya. She will be alive at 4 till 6, and she is going to be coloring in the Mystical Lands of Ushana. I do believe it's book 2 that she'll be coloring in. Could be book 1. But I do believe she's continuing on with the page that she already started. Alright, so now we're going to do his hair, and we're going to start with number 11. Now remember, in all of the other pictures, we have him as a redhead. So I want to continue on with that theme, if these pencils will let me. Alright, and then we're going to go in with some orange, which is number 4. hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and all you mamas out there had a wonderful Mother's Day. That's one of those holidays in our house that does not get a lot of attention, but that's okay. I tell them to make sure that, I don't mind if they forget Mother's Day, as long as they remember to show appreciation for me every day of the year. So that's usually what they do. There are some days where they don't, but that's life. That is just life. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of red in his eyebrow there. Okay, now for his jacket, we're going to take some gray. And this one here is number 80. And we're just going to put in some highlight areas. Like I said, this paper is not taking to these pencils very well. And it's not the paper's fault. It is not created for coloring. This is regular paper. I'm not quite sure what's going on with his sleeve there, but this is definitely not created for these pencils at all, I must say. And now we're going to go in with number 8. And we're going to extend the shadow out a little bit. Just following the shadow lines that Chris has put on the page here. And we will be adding black to it as well. Just want to get those deeper shadows blended into the light areas. Like I said, not quite sure what's going on with his sleeve there, but yeah. Alright, now we're going to use number 9, which is our black. And because I put the gray down first, the black is going to lessen as it goes over that gray area. The lighter the gray, the lighter the area. Now if I find there's an area that I want to be dark, I'm going to just go over it with a bit of a heavier hand and bring those colors in. And of course, there's areas that I have not gone over with the gray at all, and those are going to be really dark black. I have done a complete review on the Staedtler Ergo Soft. That would be located in the playlist of Fun Stuff Friday. So on my Friday playlist is where you'll find all of the swatching, unboxing, review type videos. If you want to watch those, you are welcome to. Alright. Almost done with our black here. Now there is no metallics or fluorescence or that sort of thing in this set. So we'll have to do the silver ourselves on the sword. I'll show you how we're going to do that here in just a moment. Alright, just want this area here to be a little bit darker. Like so. Alright, so with the sword, we've got the hilt here, and we've got the blade. I'm going to go through with the black, up the blade, center there, and then we're going to add the shadow reflection of the blade. Now the reason why I'm doing the black first is because I want it to be blended in to the rest of the gray tones that are going to make the silver. Alright, now we're going to take that light gray and we're going to start in the black and move it over. Again, this set of pencils is not made for this paper, and the paper is not made for colored pencils. So some of them work really, really well on it. Some of them fight with it, and this is one of the ones that fights with it. Alright, now we're going to take our dark gray, and we're just going to extend that up a little bit. And fill that in. Like so. And there we have our sword. Now, his clothes, let's do his jeans. First of all, we're going to take number 3. And we're going to do what we can with the darker areas. This one like I said, is fighting me quite a bit, so I've got to do the rest of his jacket in behind him as well. And yes, I did. Okay. One of the things I almost forgot to suggest and had to make sure that I actually did it myself is make sure that you put a piece of paper or a piece of cardstock behind the area that you're coloring on, because the color will pick up on the other side of the page, like the other part of the book, as well as the color. So the ink and the color will both go over to the other side of the page because of the pressure you have to put on the pencils to ensure that it's laying down color. Alright, let's take that black and we'll finish his jacket here. His trench coat, because yeah, it goes down the back too. Alright, so let's do a green shirt. So we're going to use number 50 first. And I'm using the lighter color first because I want to use a dark color. The majority of it's going to be a dark color, so I want to get those highlights in there first. Because if I don't, it may not pick up the color. Okay. And then we're going to use this one, which is number 5. For the shadow areas. Do apologize if you can hear the noise. It seems the neighbors are doing something on the house. I know they're getting ready to sell it, so. Alright, and there's our shirt. And then the background is also going to be, this part here is going to be wood. And then I think the rest of it is going to be gray. Because there's no really definition of anything that's in the background. I just wanted to get the picture of him adventuring. let's just do a little bit of a bright color here. So we're going to grab number 1 and we're going to put a yellow glow coming out of this doorway. And then we're going to take, let's just throw that anywhere, number 11. And back to number 1. And we're just going to blend the edge of that in. Just going to use a little bit of this one. Like so. Alright, I'm going to switch it back over to the main camera here. Put these ones away. And there we have it. So there is our adventurer off for another adventure, going into the door. Alright, and of course, there's this little guy up here, but I don't really have the colors to color him. It's more of a little skull type thing. So I will leave it black and white. Alright guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. Of course, the Staedtler Ergo Soft colored pencils is a 36 colored pencil set. Again, they are a triangular barrel. They do have a coating on it. They do have a number on each pencil as well. So 157 is the ErgoSoft number, and then next to that is the number of the pencil. So white is number 0. I'll switch you over to the close-up so that you can see that better. So as you can see, white is number 0. They do have a barcode on them, a place to put your name, and of course, made in Germany, Staedtler ErgoSoft. Alright guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. I hope to see you this evening. If not, I will see you again very soon. Until next time, bye-bye for now.